Alright guys, what's going on? Alright, I got the 2 meter radio just sitting here scanning. The only place I ever hear anything on 2 meters during the day is APRS. So, yeah, there's not a lot going on. I used to hear a couple of guys get on simplex every once in a while, and they would chime in for a second. Like, it seemed like they were using it as like a telephone. They just had the radios on standby, and one of them would call one, or the other one would call the other one. And they would schedule to go on a walk somewhere. So they were local people, and they just must have lived pretty close. And that was about it. You really wouldn't hear anything else. There used to be a guy up in Flagstaff that had some kind of weird simplex repeater that he had access to, where it was like a simplex 2 meter to 440 like relay basically. So the thing's sitting up on a big mountain up there in Flagstaff or near Flagstaff, and then it would just relay it, and he would use his 440 HT. So I guess he would go in on like simplex 440 and come out on 2 meter simplex or something. And I would hear him talking to people a lot, like, because the I-40 goes through that area, and so he would be talking to people passing through, but I wouldn't be able to hear those people. So, other than that, like, I mean, that was like a year or two ago that I even heard anything. Kind of sad. And then, like, maybe, I don't know, like, let's see, probably around 2018, there used to be a single sideband net. And I think what happened was the local club president changed, and they got a new club president, and he decided that they didn't want to do that anymore, and that they just wanted to have their club meetings, because it was some kind of reason that the 10 meter and the 2 meter sideband net were all like in the way of their socializing. And these guys never had anything to say anyways in the first place. Like, I remember when I first moved here and I got on there and I'd try to talk to these guys, and they would have like nothing to say. Like, within like 10 or 15 minutes, all 10 of them or 15 of these guys would be done talking. They're like, they would like hurry up and run. Maybe it wasn't 10 or 15, but it was at least like, most of the time there was like about like 8 people probably. There was one guy near the country club, there's one guy down the road from me, another guy down the road from me, and then a couple of them that were kind of hard to hear, and another guy really close to me, and then another one. So however many that is, I'm just kind of visually picturing it in my brain. But I'd say probably about 8 people. They're not on there no more. I hear some of them still every once in a while on like some of the early morning nets, and that's about it. They just, I don't know, they don't use, they all have like the equipment. They all seem to have like an ICOM 706 or ICOM, what's that one? Not the 7000. Is it a 7100? The one that's funny shaped and does all bands. Or they have 857Ds. They all have radios that work on 2 meter sideband. And all kinds of like fusion ones. And they just, I don't know, maybe they all switched to fusion. But anyway, it is what it is.